All right, what's going on? I'm about to give y'all a full breakdown how we did $5,100 in 3 days driving a non-CDL box truck. Bear with me, I'm still booking loads. Still got a few trucks out there we got to book for. But look, y'all, I'm gonna say it like this. So, before I say anything, I just want to say full disclaimer. A lot of people make fake pages of me and they go reporting the real page, which is me. So, I'm gonna tell y'all like this: not as easy as I make it look. I never said you'll get rich overnight, but if y'all been watching since the beginning, y'all see trucking did change my life. Your results will not be mine. My results will not be yours. The load that I get tomorrow won't be the same load that you get. We all gonna get different loads. We all gonna haul different lanes. We're not gonna go to the exact same place. The timing's always gonna be different. The process is always gonna be different. So yeah, our results are gonna be different. But what I do teach people how to do is how to make 5,000 gross a week. My highest week was 12,500. But I teach people how to make 5,000 a week gross. Keep in mind, we just did that in one load. So, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have times where you're doing that in one load. You do that twice a week, you hitting your 10K. But I teach people how to make about 800 to 1,200 a day. Yes, you got expenses, that is the gross. But you can net at least half of that as an owner operator. You can make some good money, y'all. So I'm about to give y'all the full breakdown. I'm about to tell y'all the expenses. Let me write that in my notes. So, cause I know I go on my rant sometimes, so I'm gonna give y'all the breakdown. All right, then I'm gonna give you all the expenses and let you know how much you will profit, and then I'll throw a little bit of some other stuff in there. All right, y'all, so boom, we picked up an Urban, right? It was $3,000, so it was only one pallet. Still had all the space. You already know what we was about to do. Still had all the space. All right, so here it was, 3,000. One pallet, 282 pounds. Obviously, I gotta hide all my information. There's a lot of weird people out there in the world. You gotta protect your brokers, protect their customers. You gotta value everybody's information. You don't want people putting your information out there. So then after that, we booked the $2,100 load to finish the truck up. There goes the $2,100. Y'all see it? And this was the $2,100 load right here. Right here. So we put that pallet in front since we were gonna drop that off. Y'all see that first pallet right there to the right. But we picked up 5 pallets. Y'all see it? So basically, we still had space, but they wanted to stare at a certain time. They wanted to get these loads on Thursday, and I also wanted to get my driver home by Thursday, which my driver lives right there in upstate New Jersey. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna just take these loads. You know, we're not going to try to get 7,000, 8,000 in one load, which would have been beautiful. These got appointment times. We got to get them there, and we got to respect it. You know, my name is everything. You know, I want my brokers to be happy, and it's just like that. Oh well, they're my broker for the moment. You know what I'm saying? But when I book a load with them, that's their load, so they my broker for that load. But these was all booked off the load board DAT. I booked all these off the DAT. All right, so now full breakdown. All right, so picked up an Urban, picked up on a Tuesday. These both had to deliver the 9th, and we also was on ELD, so we had to get going before noontime. So we picked the one up at 8. We picked the other one up by like 10. It was only like 30 minutes away. Urban and Coppell isn't that far from each other. A little bit of traffic, it might take an hour. If there's no traffic, it might take like 30 minutes. It's not that far. So then after that, we booked that on the 7th. By the time I drop this video, it might be 2 weeks later. You know, I don't really always get time to do videos, but we picked this up on the 7th of January. They dropped off, the first one dropped off in Brentwood, New York. The other one dropped off in Farmingdale, New York. So we had an appointment time, so we had to go to Brentwood, New York first. And then we went to Farmingdale. They was both 10 miles apart. Both the pickups was 10 miles apart. Both the drop-offs was 10 miles apart. To get up to Brentwood, it was about 1,609 miles. So 1,609 plus the 10 miles it took from Urban to get to Deadhead over to Coppell. That put us at 1,619. And then to get from Brentwood, New York to Farmingdale, New York, that took about 10 miles, and that put us at like 1,629 miles. So you always want to include your deadhead. If you're not including your deadhead, and that's not your real rate per mile. To get your rate per mile, you just add up all the total miles and then you divide it by the rate. So our total rate on this load was 5,100, and our total miles was 1,629. So when you divide the 1,629 by the 5,100, that put us at $3.13 a mile. Now our total drive time on this load was 24 hours, but it did take 3 days to complete that load because you got to take breaks. We're not a robot unless you're driving no ELD. I mean, we drive ELD because we're trying to pass our inspections, pass our safety audit. You know, our name is everything. So we drive on ELD. If you didn't drive on ELD and that, it probably would have took you around, I know people that could drive that straight. You know, back in the beginning when I first started, like I done drove 24 hours straight before, but that's when I didn't know, you know, about the ELD. So it really took actually like 2 days to complete this load, because we dropped both of these off on Thursday and we picked up both of these on Tuesday. So that was really more like 2 days. So, all right, so 5,100 in 2 or 3 days, basically. Our total drive time on it was 24 hours. The fuel that we had to spend on this is usually around a third to a half of the total miles. So we get 10 to 12 miles per gallon in a box truck. Keep in mind, fuel down there in Texas is like 270, 280. Fuel up here, if you use a mud flap, is about around probably like 330, 340, sometimes 350. It just depends. Either way, we getting 10 to 12 miles per gallon. So we spent like probably like around 700, we'll say 750 in fuel. The tolls get, you know, expensive once you come up to New Jersey and New York. So I'll say we probably spent like 30 in tolls. So that put us at 780, you know. So put it like this, 5,100, right? This is what you would have made as an owner operator. 5,100 is your gross, then you minus your expenses. So your fuel, 750, we'll say factoring. Factoring is 4%. Well, for me, it's 3 because I've been in it a while. So we'll say 3%, that's 153 plus 30 plus 750, you know, factoring to get paid next day. So we at 933. So 5,100 minus 933. Your profit on that load as an owner operator is $4,167. Y'all, your profit on that load is $4,167, and that load only took 2 to 3 days to complete. 24 hours total driving time, which you can be on the phone, you can have your earbuds in, you could, you know, you can do whatever you want. You driving, you can listen to, while you driving, you know, listen to your podcast, learn some more information, learn the stock market. There's a lot going on in the stock market, tap into it. We teach crypto as well. You know, just, you could just be learning a bunch of different things, and you could be on the phone with your people, your family, your lady, your man. So it's like, you're not being told what to do at a warehouse all day or at a grocery store or at Amazon, or no, you're your own boss. You know what I'm saying? You can pull over and eat how you want. You can do what you want. You just have to get the load there on time. But in between that, you can go to the gym, you can live your life. So $4,167 in 2 to 3 days. Now look, that's not it though. That's not it. We do got insurance, but that's a monthly expense. So say you're paying $15 to $2,000 a month. When I first started, I had an accident on my record, so mine was $2,600. My insurance is lower, under $2,000 now. If you got a great record, your insurance will probably be like $1,500. So that's a monthly expense. So what I do is I break it down to a weekly expense. So say we have $4,167, and say I'm paying $1,600, or say I'm paying like $1,800 with physical damage. So we'll say like $450 a week. So if I minus my $450 a week out of that $4,167, and I pay off my insurance for that week, boom, I'm still at $3,717. Keep in mind, I got a whole nother load to get for that week, because that was only 2-3 days. I still got the weekend load. I can still get a load Friday. I can still get a load Thursday right out of New York. This load's coming all out of New York, especially at the JFK airport. This load's coming all out of New York City, upstate New Jersey, Connecticut's right there, PA's over. You got like everything right near you when you're in New York. So, you know what I'm saying? You can get a whole nother load for $2,000-$3,000, maybe $4,000 or $5,000 if you put it together the correct way. So we at $3,717. We already paid our weekly insurance. Now, what if you rent? All right, well, if you rent again, you can pay your rental out of this load, but you still got a whole nother load to get. That just means your whole next load, you minus the fuel, and that's profit. So I own my truck outright. So it's like, I don't have a finance, but say you have a finance and your finance is $1,000 a month and you pay $250 a week. You can minus your $250, your week is paid. Or you can minus your whole insurance and your whole, if you did that 41 and you minus your whole insurance and your whole truck payment, you still got like $1,000 profit, and then you're paid off for the whole month. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, no matter what, you're making a good amount of money. Now, here's where it gets tricky. I always say, if you own your truck, always put 10% of the gross to the side, and always put like 10% of liquid tax money to the side, because you're going to have write-offs that's going to cover you up at 10-15%. But, you know, I say put like 10-15% to the side for taxes and 10% to the side for your truck rounds. And even after that, you still got thousands of dollars. So that's what you would have profited off this load. Again, if we do the 750 plus the 153 for the factoring, plus the 30 for the tolls, plus the $450 for the insurance, that's $1,383. Now say you got a rental, and you did your 3,000 miles a week, and you getting $500-$600 a week, but then you paying 20 cents a mile. That probably puts you at like minus like 1,100. So 1,383 plus 1,200, right? 2,583. Again, 5,100 minus 2,583. Even in a rental, you're profiting 50%. And now the whole load, next load, you get the profit because the rental, is paid for that week. You're good. So now you got a whole nother load or 2 loads that you can get, that you can profit and only have to pay fuel and tolls. You already put your weekly payment for your insurance. You already paid the weekly rental. So, and the whole point of being in a rental is to leverage that, get your credit right to be able to get your own truck. Remember that, y'all. You're not trying to be in a rental forever, because when you're in a rental, you got to answer to someone. Now, you can be a boss. You can be the biggest boss in the world. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, they still got to answer to someone. We all have to answer to someone. We all have to pick up our phone and answer to someone. For us in this trucking industry, we might have to pick up and talk to a broker for a few minutes. And then we got to talk to the broker throughout the load and have that respect for them, just like they got to answer to us. We got to answer to them. They got to answer to us. Factoring company, we want to get paid. We got to answer to them. We got to communicate with them. They got to answer to us. They got to pay us. They want our service. You're always going to have to answer to somebody in this business. But you want to kind of lessen that. You want to get your own truck so you don't have to beg. I don't like begging. When you're in a rental, sometimes you might get stuck and you don't want to pay for the problem. They pay for it. But you might be stuck for 2-3 days and they might not bring you a spare rental. And now you got this broker on your behind. And now the broker comes and cross-loads they transload the load off your truck. And now you're not getting no money from all the miles you haul, because they probably not about to give you much. And now you waiting for this rental. And now the rental, they might refund you, they might not. They are supposed to refund you, but you're just sitting there waiting for days, versus if it was your truck, you could have you already putting your 10% to the side, or you got a warranty, or you watch one of my other videos and I showed you how to get cheaper trucks. And you get the cheap truck with the low miles, and you get the warranty, and now you cover. And even then, you still got to answer to the warranty person or whatever. So what I like to do is I like to just put my 10% to the side, and I like to just cover my problems. If I'm putting 10% to the side from a load like this, that's 500. Say I gross 20,000 a month. I put 2,000 a month to the side for the truck. I'm not gonna have that many breakdowns unless you got an old truck over 250,000 miles. Yeah, you probably is gonna have breakdowns every now and then. But if you have a good truck, like my truck that I just bought with the 40,000 miles a couple months ago, it's at probably like 60,000 miles. I'm doing my oil changes. I just changed my oil filter. I just changed the engine filter. I'm changing everything, making sure everything good. All the little things, so that I'm doing my preventative maintenance, so that the little problems don't turn to big problems. So basically what I'm trying to say is, you're not going to have breakdowns like that. I haven't had not one real breakdown. My only breakdown was when I had this driver that poured regular gas in a diesel truck, and then that costed me around probably like $700 to drain and flush all the regular fuel out. And then I had to pay to put the diesel in, so it probably cost me about like $700. I had a driver that did a horrible mistake and then left the truck there, but it was fine. I had to pay for the tow truck too, so I'm thinking probably like $1,000. And I haven't had a breakdown since, and I done already made my money back from that truck. I made my money back from that truck already. Everything else is profit. I made my money back from that truck already. So, and then if you be smart, you let the truck get to 250, 300,000 miles, then you sell it for like 20, 30. You already made your money back times 5, times 10. You already made $200,000, $300,000 off that truck. You ain't now get a new one. Now sell that truck for 20, half of what you got it for, and get a new truck. Boom, just like that. Again, you're leveraging a rental just to get your own truck. And like I said, if you don't got the money and you barely getting by, you got to learn how to budget. I'm a financial advisor too. With all my mentees, they call me, I'm a financial advisor. I show them how to budget, how to be organized, not just how to make money, how to negotiate, how to route plan the time and the ELDs, partial, and what zone pays and what this zone pays and how much you probably gonna get out of this city and how to navigate around it and all the other hundreds of things that you have to learn over the road. Like I'm saying, you just gotta budget. You gotta be organized, save everything, get your credit right. I got my first truck off of a business credit card, a Navy Federal credit card. It was a $15,000 credit card, and I used that whole credit card to put a down payment for my truck. If you go back to the beginning of my journey, you already know Box Truck and my YouTube channel, I showed you all of that back when I started with nothing and a rental. I took out a loan. You don't need to take out a loan like I did. That's when I didn't know much. Like I said, I was learning the hard way. I didn't know, you can get a business credit card with 0% interest. I didn't know that. So I wound up getting this loan that was $21,000 with $14,000 with $7,000 interest. Would put the loan to $21,000, but they only gave me 14 of it. Like I said, I didn't know that, but then I learned it as I went on. I built my relationship with different credit unions. Navy Federal was my favorite, and then I wound up using that credit card to get my truck. And then when my truck would break down and had problems, then I can cover it. And I'm not waiting for the rental people for 2-3 days, because you got to remember, when you break down, there's 20, 30 other people waiting in front of you. They're going to have to handle them before they get to you. So now you got to keep calling them, keep being on them, just show them that your situation is urgent. Being in them rentals could be a pain in the butt sometimes, so. But it's worth it though. It's worth it starting out. Like me, I'm not gonna go buy a rental. I'll go buy a truck and put a drive in it before I go buy rent a truck and put a drive in it all day, every day. A lot of people won't agree with me on that, but if you want to take a week off with your driving, and you still gotta pay that rental every week. And that rental is probably going to be the price of your finance. You pay $1,200 for that rental at the miles every week. That's probably the price of your finance a month, $1,000. You know what I'm saying? So your driver ever got an emergency, you need to get home, or you ever need to take a week to find a driver, you ain't losing as if you would in a rental. You know what I'm saying? Holding on to a rental and stuff like that. But like I said, rentals is good starting out. But look, I gave y'all the full breakdown, right? I gave y'all the full breakdown. Let me see if there's anything else I'm missing out. 5,100 in 2 to 3 days. I gave you all the expenses. I told you how much you could have profited. As an owner operator, if you're doing over $2 a mile, which is what I teach, over $1.80, which is the semi-market rate. Box truck market rate is like $1.30, but a semi-market rate is $1.80. That's the 53-foot drive ins. We are doing more than that. Like I just booked the load today out of Kansas for $4,600. Out of Missouri for $4,600, then we picked up at $3,300. It's going to Florida, and it's a round trip. And then we're probably gonna be able to throw something on it on the way back, and that's gonna probably put us at like 9,000 for only about under 3,000 miles. That's $3 a mile, and that trip is gonna be done in less than a whole week. So that's gonna be 9,000 in a week, round trip from Florida. We still got space. We're gonna throw something else in there. Like when I tell you, y'all, you just gotta know what you're doing. Off that, profit on that is gonna be beautiful. If you're an owner operator, you're profiting like 80% of that load. You're profiting so much because you're at $3 a mile. You know what I'm saying? Like your rate per mile went up. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna profit the same as you would at $1.80 or $2 a mile. So you know what I'm saying, but as an owner operator, you can profit if you're doing your $1.80 every week, average 5,000. You could profit like a good 70%, 65% in a rental, probably like 50%. If you have a driver, minus 20% off of that, but you're still making money. You just gotta know how to budget. You gotta be organized. It's a lot of money in this trucking stuff. It's a lot of different avenues in this trucking stuff. Just tap in with me, man. Come book a call. We also just made a Discord for $49.99 a month for the first 100 people. Tap in, you can join, and you're gonna have me, my mentees in there. A lot of stuff like investing, crypto, our daily loads. Like I said, having that direct access to like-minded individuals like myself and my mentees, that's big. People that are actually in the trucking industry and really doing this. We're gonna have health as well. We're gonna have that in there. Just like we're gonna have a members only chat, and then for the mentees, there's a mentees only chat. Just a lot, man. Just like a lot going on. We're gonna keep leveling up together, y'all. If you want to book a call, hit the link in the bio. BelieveandAchieveLLC.com. Book a call, or you can send it through the Zelle. Put your number in the caption. We get to it. Book a call. Tap in with me. Mentorship is sold out on my website, so if you do want to tap in, then you have to book a call with me. Let me give you the real first. I don't just work with anybody. I want to hear how you coming. I want to hear you need to be motivated and ambitious. You need to really want it. I'm not messing with no people that ain't really trying to get to it and just trying to throw their money out there. I don't need your money. It got to be ambitious people that really want to get to it. And I got to give you the real first and come up with a game plan based on your situation. And then I will lock in with you. So like I said, book that call. We also do credit repair. You want me to rebuild your credit? Let's get to it, man. If you want to start from nothing like I did, rebuild that credit, repair that credit, we do that as well. Like I said, y'all, I'll show you how to go from 0 to 6 figures. Join that Discord. You already know, man. Comment what you want me to do next. I always do the 1 minute 30 second reel. So I thought to myself, like, you know what? Let me start doing full breakdowns on YouTube, telling them the expenses, motivating them, and just putting everything in there in a longer video, because a minute 30 you only can do so much with it. But look, y'all, tap in, believe and achieve. Oh wait, hold up. Get my page out there, like, comment, subscribe. They're trying to block my page on Instagram. People be making these fake pages of me. They trying to block my page. So I made another page, Ant, B-N-A, A-N-T, B-N-A. Follow that page. Box Trucker Ant, I still have that page, but I don't know how much longer I have it for. So, follow my pages, share everything. I appreciate all the support. Y'all keep me going with this stuff, man. I appreciate all the motivation. Appreciate all the love. And all right, I'm out of here now, y'all. Believe in the sheep, and God bless.